Alright, boys. Today, the plan is simple. We'll be going over all the major changes that Rogue Company has brought to the game with their first major update. This is Jgroovy bringing it to you live. Let's jump straight into the action. What should you expect first? Well, the servers will be going down around 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and they said it'll take about 4 hours till they go back live. And I'm sure you noticed the shooting range is mentioned down at the bottom of the page there. Here's a short clip of them explaining what the shooting range does and how you could take advantage of it even if you don't have all the rogues unlocked.
Our goal for the shooting range was to create an environment where players could try out each rogue and hone in on their individual skills. When it comes to Roco, players need to be able to master a rogue's weapons, their gadgets, and most importantly, their abilities in order to get better. Here's my favorite part about the shooting range and something that we all feel very passionate about on the Roco side. Players can play any rogue regardless if they own them or not. Talk about a game changer.
I think this is great. Now I can get a warm up before jumping into a game with my buddies, and I know that I won't absolutely be throwing because it's my first game. Also, you get to test new rogues out before you have all those reputation points that you work so hard for, and if you don't like the rogue, then you don't have to spend them now. You won't be wasting your money. Speaking of rogues, that leads us right into our next section. We'll talk about some of the buffs and nerfs that they implemented into the game. Now, the first two are more quality of life updates, like Dallas got a new icon for his target finder ability, so it's easier to realize what it does. And Anvil had a bug in Demolition where his barrier will recharge. And I play a lot of Demolition, don't play a lot of Anvil. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments. I didn't realize this was a bug. I just thought that's how the shield functioned, which is kind of funny. Moving down to Glitch, he has Cloak instead of Evade now in his perk list, so he'll be able to stay hidden from any revealables, like Dallas or Phantom's UAV sensor can no longer be revealed if he buys that perk. Scorch got a huge nerf, something that was very needed. This is what I'm here to talk about. It's going down from 15 to 10 seconds. Now, this nerf right here can somewhat change the game. It opens the game up for a new meta because Scorch was by far the most overpowered. This gives a chance for new rogues to come in and show off what they got because everyone's been so focused on Scorch and how good she is and how overpowered she is. Now maybe a couple of the other rogues will shine. Also, Vi got a buff, increasing her poison damage from 1 to 2, which means you'll be able to get to that 125 threshold faster and re-heal back up to that more often. Honestly, a huge buff. I think Vi will become a little bit more playable now and probably a little bit of a threat on defense, I think. Now we'll talk about the changes they brought to the gadgets, which were all buffs by the way, which I don't know that I completely agree with because they're all pretty strong already. But the Flashbang and Incinerary got buffs to their radius, and the Semtex got a buff to its stick damage and increased throw on just upgrade number 1. And as you can see, they're really not that hard to use, so I think down the line, if Rogue Company wants their game to be about gunplay, they'll have to tweak some of these adjustments back because people will learn how to use the gadgets better and they'll become more reliable on getting kills with them. But that's just my opinion. We'll see in the future. And now, what we've been waiting for. Here it is, boys, the map Vice in all of its glory coming to you live today. You'll be able to get some action in on it. There'll be also some small map changes to Icarus, High Castle, and Favelas, but this is what we're talking about. This is the Vice update anyway. This is the map we want to play. Now, with Vice being a brand new map, I'm sure it'll come with its own set of bugs, so let's go over the bugs that they fixed in this patch. It's a long list to say. Because of that, I'll just highlight a couple of the main ones that were really affecting my gameplay, like number 4 and number 11 near the bottom, where on canals and on favelas, people were able to get off of the map or in exploited slash glitch spots that they shouldn't have been. It was ruining the game a little bit for me, but we found our way around it. Number 8 is an issue where people would be in a down state but still be able to run around at full speed and shoot people. So it was really confusing. You couldn't tell if these people were dead or alive, but when they killed you, it was so very annoying. And they may have killed you with one of these weapons, like Anvil's LMG, which got slightly more spray to it, a little bit of a nerf, or the Striker shotgun, which increased its fall off damage. So it actually got a slight buff to it. It's going to be a little bit better now. And finally, the last two things we're going to be talking about are the strikeout game mode. They made some changes where if you're on the losing side of things, it should be a little bit easier to come back with longer bleed out times, and you'll be spawning closer to your teammates instead of the enemies, so it should be easier to be grouped up. And the deserter penalty, which we've covered on this channel before, but now they've added a timeline to it. First offense is a 5-minute wait, second offense is a 15-minute wait, third offense is a 30-minute wait, and then the fourth offense, they said screw the 1 hour. If you leave or go AFK 4 times, you're gone for 3 hours. Now, do I think this is a little bit drastic? Maybe. Unless this is a 1 day thing. If this resets after every day, that's a possibility. But even if this is a weekly or a monthly thing, this could be a little bit drastic if it goes past 3 hours. But don't get me wrong, I like the deserter penalty. And for today, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be all. If you have any questions about the update, you can ask in the comments or find me at twitch.tv/jgroovy with 3 O's. You can ask in the chat or just come hang out. Either one is fine. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys soon. Later.